starts right now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Veronica Acosta. We first brought you this story yesterday. Governor Doug Ducey was in town to speak about the newly renovated Center of Opportunity. The plan is for it to be a one-stop shop for the homeless in our community. Today, the Gospel Recovery Center, they hosted an open house at the center for the public to tour the newly renovated venue. Now on your side is Veronica Vernacchio. She joins us live with a look from inside the facility. Veronica?
Veronica, right now I am standing in one of the shelter rooms that people are going to be able to stay in. This is almost a year of renovations, and this is going to hold up to 350 beds. Right now with me I have Victor Hightower. He works with the Gospel Rescue Mission. Can you explain to me a little bit about what we're seeing right now?
Sure. So we're in one of the rooms in the Women and Children's Emergency Shelter wing of this building. Also in this building, we'll be housing the men who are in recovery. So 4-month program or 12 to 18-month program. They're 4 to a room. Their room, the first part of their room looks like this, with 2 beds in the front, 2 beds in the back.
Let's kind of like walk to the back so
yeah,
we can kind of see
and
what
as
that
I
looks
mentioned,
like.
this is where we'll be housing women and children. So this room's set up to house a family. So you have 2 beds in the front and some kids' beds in the back.
Okay.
We got some toys already out to make them feel welcome.
Very cool. And so how long will people be staying in these rooms?
Well, short-term shelter is generally a few days, up to long-term shelter, probably up to like 4 months. It depends on what kind of, if they're in like a job program that requires them to be in a shelter, they may stay a little bit longer, but generally a few months.
And how many people is it per bedroom?
Typically about 4.
Okay, and then, so when is this officially going to be opening up?
We open to the public on June 3rd.
Very cool. And so how did you guys get this all to be possible?
Well, we couldn't have done it. It's really it was started by the H.S. Lopez Family Foundation. They bought the hotel, got us interested. We came on board. The vision was Humberto Lopez's Center of Opportunity, a one-stop shop to serve homeless people, get all their needs met in one place.
That's really awesome. And I know it would not have been possible without so much community support
Absolutely.
as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Back to you, Veronica.
Veronica, thanks. Hundreds of people gathered in Oro Valley's Naranjo Park this morning to run a 5K, all while supporting veterans and first responders. The event, it's actually raising money for a memorial park that'll be built on top of a hill overlooking the Catalina Mountains. Organizers say it'll be the first of its kind west of the Mississippi.
There is nothing like this in Arizona that honors, pays respect, and more important, educates our young people about sacrifice, service, integrity, that all of our military and first responders, as they protect our communities.
The memorial park will cost $1.9 million to build. Among those showing support in today's race, there was the Oro Valley Police Department, the Golden Ranch Fire Department, Raytheon Vets, and many more. Now we have Brian Brennan here with us. We had a pretty good, really nice day. When we were coming in, it was really nice outside. How's the rest of the weekend?
The weekend's going to be great. Gorgeous, cool temperatures. We're running about 10 degrees cooler than what's normal for this time of year. So I hope you're out enjoying the weather today, especially today, because one trade-off for the hot temperatures that we're getting away from this weekend and really for much of this work week, we are kind of trading that in for some stronger winds. The winds right now actually not so bad, but this afternoon we'll see some gusts, but otherwise relatively pretty calm. Current temperatures in the low 80s across much of our area, mid 70s to upper 70s for Cochise and Santa Cruz County. You can see the active weather pattern that we have in store for us for this weekend and for the work week. We're going to be cloudy and breezy tomorrow, again getting into the low 80s. Coming up in the full forecast, we'll tell you what chances for showers we're going to have this week and some mysterious clouds that people saw today. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Veronica.
Brian, thanks. We move to the Lewis prison investigation. That whistleblower who leaked surveillance video showing how many cells inside Buckeye's prison don't lock is now revealing herself. Investigator Dave Biscabing spoke to the woman who is now alleging more corruption inside Arizona's prison system.
Before Sergeant Gabriela Contreras leaked the videos that have shaken the entire state prison system. For months, she says she tried to report the broken doors in inspection reports, emails to her supervisors, even top administrators.
All those, they were ignored. So I had no other choice but to stand up for the officers, for my staff.
She says Director Ryan and top staff even came to Lewis Prison late last year to tour the units and look into the problem.
I would say the director came around November, right after one of the assaults took place.
So one of the assaults in one of those videos you leaked out?
I believe so.
And he came on site?
He came on site.
With his team?
Correct.
And what did they do?
They toured that building, and he opened some doors himself, went and took pins off and checked the doors.
Contreras says the team also talked with inmates about the doors.
Basically trying to negotiate on keeping them in their cells. So they were offering, you know, maybe better programming, clothing, pretty much telling them, okay, we're going to give you all that, but we can't have you guys assaulting staff and coming out of your cells. You guys have to stay in your cells.
Hey, what do you guys want? We'll give you some things if you stop coming out of your cells and beating up our staff.
Pretty much, yes.
That just one of many things that finally drove her to leak the videos, showing the truth about Lewis Prison.
But the next day it was just back to normal, and then just normal every day. So that's when it really hit me, like, wow, they're really not going to do anything about it.
I'm investigator Dave Biskobing.
All right, well, chronic pain is a problem millions of Americans suffer from every year. We're talking to a Tucson doctor who says a new pain-relieving device could be an alternative to prescribing opioids. Plus, a baby shower to help new parents who spend their time serving our country. A look at this year's military baby shower in honor of Armed Forces Day. That's next. You're watching KGUN 9 on your side. Almost 218,000 people died in the U.S. from overdoses to prescription opioids, and that was in the past 2 decades, according to the CDC. But doctors say a new pain-relieving device could be a good alternative. The Freedom Spinal Cord Simulation System, it's a small device to help reduce pain in patients. It works by sending electrical signals into the spinal cord and disrupting pain signals to then help relieve that pain. Doctors say this can help with pain in almost any part of the body. The FDA approved it in 2015, and inserting it in patients does require a minimally invasive surgery. Dr. Chad Plutnick with the Arizona Pain Care Center, the first doctor in Tucson to implant this device, says it may be able to reduce the amount of opioid prescriptions.
We've got a crisis, obviously, with medication, specifically opiates, in this nation. Unfortunately, for various reasons, they've been overutilized to a large degree, and now we've got increasing rates of overdose deaths as we've had increasing rates of opiate prescriptions.
He says he's been using this device since 2017 and has seen positive results from his patients. All right, well, today is Armed Forces Day, and this morning a group of military families expecting little ones, they celebrated together. For the past 8 years, one group of women has put together this very special event. We stopped by the annual baby shower to learn why this is so special for those families who are serving. Military moms and dads came together Saturday morning to celebrate those expecting as well as those with newborns.
Oh my gosh, they're overwhelmed. They just love it.
The annual event put together by the Women of Quail Creek organization for new parents who are members of the military.
They're serving our country, for one thing, and we're just very proud of them, and it's from our hearts.
This year, the baby shower brought together nearly 30 moms, giving them different items they might need.
They get the diaper bag that's handmade, full of items. They get a mom's bag that's handmade, full of items.
And while the event is a way to help those juggling parenthood and military life, it's also a way to form bonds.
I think it's really helpful to a lot of parents around here. I think it's a good way for all of us to connect as well.
All right, a really awesome event there. Brian here with us now with a look of your forecast. Brian?
Hey, Veronica, you know, we're going to have a much cooler than normal weekend, and for much of the week as well. We'll also have shower chances. We'll tell you about that coming up.
Plus, more controversy at a Triple Crown race. A horse bugs his jockey at the Preakness. What happened next? You're watching KGUN 9.
First warning weather brought to you by Hamstra Heating and Cooling.
So a lot of people saw the smoke rising out of the Rincon Mountains. A few people thought it might be a cloud. Other people were worried that there was a wildfire happening up there. This is actually a prescribed burn. So they're doing that to keep the forest healthy and to prevent some large and intense wildfires. So it's a good thing that they're doing that, and that's what that is if you see that at all today or later on this weekend and this week. Another prettier picture, if that was a cloud, this one much prettier. This is known as a rainbow cloud or an iridescent cloud, and the tiny raindrops in these thin cirrus clouds refract or diffract the light, actually spreading that out. And just like a rainbow, just how the raindrops make that rainbow effect. That's how you get those colors. Last night, since we will have quite a bit of cloud cover later on this evening, I wanted to show you this picture of the almost completely full moon last night. Bob Tenner took that gorgeous shot with clear skies and enough light that you could see the foreground there. Absolutely beautiful. So we will see more clouds moving in. You can see that on our Skycam now. It's 81 degrees currently. Our normal temperature for this time of year, 92. So we're 10 degrees cooler. We're going to get even cooler on Monday. Monday will be in the low 70s for high temperatures. 81 in Tucson, 82 in Sells, 83 in Ajo, and 79 in Nogales. You can see those clouds on the satellite pushing over us, so that's pretty visible there. So it's showing kind of getting thicker in terms of the cloud cover. Some severe weather happening in the Mississippi Valley and really active weather for the western half of the country. We have this storm system coming into California that will swing through tomorrow night, and we have another one out in the Pacific that's ready to come in after that. So we're going to have a pretty active weather pattern the next several days. It's going to make for unsettled weather and breezy conditions. The next 3 days are going to be breezy to windy. 83 will be your high temperature for the afternoon. We might hit 85 actually, but 83 could be the high temperature with the amount of cloud cover coming in. Might help keep us a couple degrees cooler. So the high temperatures across the region, you might hit 80 in Cochise County. Mid 80s will be pretty common from Tucson and Tucson West. You can see 85 in Oro Valley for the high temperature and 85 in Marana. But I'm gonna have that caveat that the clouds might hold us back a couple degrees tomorrow. We'll see some showers moving in for your Monday. You can see that mainly north of Tucson, but I can't rule out a shower or even a thunderstorm kind of getting into our area. Look to the north that day for the chances for showers, and then we'll see another chance Wednesday into Thursday of another system coming in. So pretty active before we start warming up at the end of the week. Here's your 7-day forecast. 85 breezy Sunday, 71 breezy on Monday with that chance of showers, 82, and yeah, breezy again on Tuesday. That chance of showers on Wednesday, 76 that day, and then we warm back up closer to normal, hitting 90 on Saturday. Jason.
All right, Brian, thank you. Pac-12 batting champion Reina Karanko back in the lineup for Arizona softball. The 6th-seeded Wildcats hosting Auburn in the NCAA tournament, the Tucson Regional. Today's winner advancing to the regional final. Karanko broke her hand after being hit by a pitch last month and her finger. A standing ovation when she came to bat in the second inning. And Karanko, with the slapper to the left side of the infield, she beats it out for a base hit but was left stranded. In the 4th, Mike Candrea sends up pinch hitter Tamara Statman, who delivers with a clutch base hit. Karanko and Riley Pierce both score. Wildcats take a 2-0 lead. On the mound, Taylor McQuillan. She followed up last night's one-hitter with another complete game win. Wildcats have just won it 2-1, and they advance to tomorrow's regional final. Arizona women's golf is the defending NCAA champions, and they are defending that championship right now in Arkansas. In the 24-team event, the Wildcats are currently in 4th place. Play was suspended today late in the second round. The top 8 teams will advance to single elimination match play, and that will determine the champion. Well, it might be too late, but Arizona baseball has won 7 games in a row. The Wildcats take it at Penn State today 9-5. Cameron Cannon had 2 doubles and leads the nation with 29 doubles on the year. Let's talk some indoor football. The Sugar Skulls they do have a 2-game lead for that final playoff position. Now, while that sounds good, their next 2 games are against the undefeated Arizona Rattlers. So the Skulls trying to make sure they get in the win column today at Bismarck. And right now, in the second quarter, the Skulls do lead Bismarck 34-25. Jake Medlock with 4 touchdown passes for Tucson right